What's up, you guys? It's Matt here. So, if you didn't know, recently I made an investment, multiple investments into CRO. My cost basis on CRO was around the 11 or 12 cent level, right? But I wanted to hold more CRO. Since I believe in CRO so much, why would I only invest, 10 to 12? I can't remember exactly what it is. I always get that confused as to exactly what the price is and how much I invested. I believe I invested $10,000 at a 12 cent level. So it got me to about, 80,000 or 90,000 or something like that, right? But I only invested like $10,000 or yeah, something like that. And since I invested that little bit, I know it may be a lot to some people, but compared to some of the other ones that I invested into, like XRP and how much I invested there, or other positions that I do have, I feel as though it can't be proven that it is my favorite position, my most believable position to get to a way higher level than just where it currently stands. So I needed more skin in the game. Now I would have loved to have gotten more skin in the game at a lower level of like 5 cents, because I mean it's at a low level and I would have been able to gain a lot there. And if I would have invested this level of money into that, I might have had a million CRO because I could have, at 5 cents, if I invested, the $40,000 or $50,000 that I could have had, that would have been a million, which would be absolutely amazing, guaranteeing myself, becoming a CRO millionaire, hands down, just a guarantee. And I know other people already have a million and they're set on seeing that as well. But I decided to make another investment, and I currently have $40,000 worth of CRO, which is around 264,000 of it. So meaning that if we get to a level of a dollar, when we get to the level of a dollar, not if, when we do, that's $264,000. However, I believe it's going to get to $3. So that would be basically around the $750,000 mark, which would be amazing, right? However, I'm going to have exit plans. I always have exit plans to set myself up for success in the future, to gather my initial investment, sit on the what's left, and feel comfortable about what you're holding. Because when you see $200,000 in one position, it's going to be tough to hold that position or hold that play. And a lot of people will sell all of it. I mean, that's a life changing amount of money for a ton of people, where you can pay off mortgages, you can pay off your house, you can pay, or that's the same thing, you can pay off your car, you can pay off so many different things, that will make your life a little bit better, a little bit easier, right? So, anyways, let me not talk your ear off. What I'm going to do in this video is I'm going through an exit plan. So I have 264,000 CRO, and I wanted to show you this exit plan, talk about what I plan to do, and maybe walk you through the steps of creating one as well. Now, if you guys want to check out this exit plan for yourself or build an exit plan for yourself, I have a full list of all of the exit plan positions, and various ones. If you want me to create another one over on Patreon, I could do that, but I have so many different positions I can go through very briefly before we jump into that. But guys, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell for more of these videos. Also, make sure you check out some of the links that are down below. It does help out the channel. And if you guys want to follow me on Twitter, follow me on Patreon, definitely do that. And again, Patreon is where you would get this spreadsheet, that we're going to look at. Now, before we get into the spreadsheet, let's just look at where Cronos is. It currently stands about 14 cents, which you're going to see my crypto. I have about $37,833.10. It's currently at about a $4 billion market cap. And you're also seeing about $12 million worth of volume. The overall supply, or the circulating supply, sits at about 26 billion, meaning that if it gets to a dollar, when it gets to a dollar, $26 billion market cap. And you obviously look at it above that point, up to a $3 price point, you're seeing it at a 75 or $78 billion market cap, which is not a tall order, which is not a tall task. But let's get into the exit plan really quick, because I feel like I'm talking your ear off. This is where we stand. So if you look at my exit plan, just to kind of break down this spreadsheet, because I know some people might end up going over there and utilizing that spreadsheet. I have all of these different positions that are down here, ranging from XRP or Elon. Somebody asked me to create. All the way to even more positions like Beam and Anchor and Atom and Gala and all of these positions here that you can create your own exit plan. And as we go through this, you can learn how to utilize it. So again, I have 264,000 CRO at the moment, which at a 15-cent price, which if you round it up, it is at that level, will be $39,600. But we see this growing a lot further. So as we get to some of these levels, you're going to see that I'm not going to take any profit as we see it get up above 100, 145, 170, 200. Once it gets to a level of, around the dollar range, I think like 95 cents. I mean, right now, this is where my plan is, and I'm not 100% sure if that's going to stay this way, but typically I like to stick to my exit plans unless I add more CRO in here. So at the level of $1 or right before $1, we know it's going to have a little bit of resistance, maybe down to 75 cents. So what I'm going to do is take my initial investment or close to it. I'm going to take about 40,000 and it's going to give me $38,000. I only want to keep 20,000 of that. So $18,000 will be up to reinvest at a level of 75. Now, I'm not going to add that in here. I'm just going to say I'm going to take the 40 and that's it. So as we see that growth, I will be happy with having $40,000. So I most likely won't make a move even until we get to about the $2 range, depending on how the volume or how the traction looks, how the movement looks. And then I'll end up taking maybe another 10 or 20,000, which will give me another 40,000, setting me up for a great deal, right? I can do something with that $40,000, put it somewhere, pay something off, whatever I have at that moment, and it still leaves me with 204,000. Now, the reason why I did this is because in my Coinbase account, I have 164,000. So with that 164,000, 60,000 of it will come out. That's majority of what's going to be affected. There's always going to be 40,000 that I do not touch, right? That 40,000 that's currently staked for the CRO card and hopefully growing as it gets to a level of a dollar will be worth $400,000. $40,000. I will be able to stake for the icy white card. And that's why that's staying over there. No matter what that gets to, that 40,000 is going to stay over there. And I mean, I will have to restake it. So hopefully I can restake it and still hold that for a year. I want to continue to hold it. But if it ends up to where it's like say worth more, like it's a $3, $4 price point, then I honestly don't need 40,000. I would only need 10,000 at that point. So then the other 30,000 would go over to the DeFi wallet, which that is also staying there just to be able to gain a little bit extra. But the 164,000 in Coinbase is up for grabs, up for selling, right? Not up for grabs, you're not getting it, but up for selling. So what I plan to do with that is the 60,000 will come out here, which will give me about $80,000 worth of a gain there, leaving me with about 100,000 to utilize because there's 100,000 elsewhere. And here we have, sorry for that, here we have 100,000. So now as it gets to certain levels, when it gets to $3, that will be another price point to where I do take some of those coins. So I'm probably going to take another maybe 30 or 30,000, which will give me another 90,000 that I can gain from that. And then, that kind of leaves a lot of room for growth well above that. Now, as I see certain prices like $4, if we could see it get to a $121 billion market cap, if possible, again, that would be only about $79,000 worth of reality up to about $2. And then it would be $169,000 for expectation. And then when it comes to max profit, it's anything above that point. So again, I don't expect a crazy amount to automatically become a CRO millionaire from what I do house or what I do have. But if I did let everything sit there until about $4, I would have that chance to become a CRO millionaire. But what you see is that as we are at $4, I still have $700,000 that's sitting in there, right? So technically, I can still have that chance to become a CRO millionaire, by seeing the 700,000 continue to grow and continue to push up to levels of $5 or $6 or $7 or $8 or whatever. So as we get to $4, I will take another, let's say 20,000, and that's what I will sit on until we see it get to even higher prices. Where's that? $4, $5. And I think this will be the last level. $5 will be the last level that I end up taking anything, which would be somewhere around another maybe 30,000. And that would get me $150,000 there. So max profit that I end up gaining if I was to do this exit plan. I know this is kind of time consuming because you want to build the right exit plan. And I think this is solid, but what you could do is build something out to where you're selling at better price levels or more price levels, but then you also risk getting out of the position completely or too early. Now, again, I still have $100,000+ or 100,000+ coins that are sitting there that I'm probably most likely not going to touch. Definitely not the 40,000 that I staked there. But as we see this grow, maybe it has that opportunity to continue to burn to get to BNB like levels. And I honestly think that could be the case, but definitely BNB like market cap levels. So what I'm sitting on is turning a 40 or technically $30,000-ish thousand dollar investment into $400,000, which is giving me about a 10x there in my overall strategy. However, you still have 682,000 that's left in there. So technically, you would take this plus whatever's left, let's say at a $5 price point. Let's just say where I stopped, purchasing it. Oh, you know what? Let's go here because I can't do that because that's including the amount that I'm taking out. So let's go here and just say it's a $5 price point, $5.50 price point. It increased a little bit. I would have $1.08 million. So I would become a CRO millionaire with this strategy here. Anyways, I want you guys to take some time to build your own strategy because building your strategy is a solid part of, accepting gains and not being, stuck at the top. There's a lot of people that will run all the way to the top, believe it's going to go further, and then never get out of that position or never get out of any position, meaning that they go from having maybe $1 million to having $1,000. And that's because, you see these overall drops of the crypto market and it just doesn't look great for your portfolio. And I know that's a little extreme, 1 million to 1,000, but you know what I mean. It looks like that. Even if it goes from 1 million to 100,000, it looks like it went from $1 million to $1. That's basically what it looks like to you and to me. So guys, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell for more of these videos. Also, make sure you check out any of the links that are down below. It does help out the channel. And if you want to, again, get the spreadsheet, I have it over on Patreon. That link is in the description, as well as my Margex link if you want to trade XRP and BTC and Ethereum at up to a 100x leverage. But I'm going to get out of here, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. See ya.